Many voiceovers, as their careers progress and they get more cash in the bank, like to get more and more studio gear, until their den becomes more akin to Doctor Who's TARDIS. They're surrounded by the stuff. After all, they claim, hey, it's tax deductible. Well, yeah, it may be, but if you're doing a lot of complicated post-production for radio drama, commercials, or music production, yes, you will need a lot of hardware and specialist software as well. However, if you're just recording a clean voiceover file that needs editing and tidying up and then sending off to a client for the actual post-production process in their project, it's surprising how little you actually need. Once you spent some time and money soundproofing an area and then acoustically treating it, two different things by the way. Soundproofing means stopping noises coming into the area like traffic or buses or your wife in the kitchen or whatever. And treating means deadening the area with foam and curtains to minimize reflections. So anyway, once you've done that, here's all you need. You need a microphone, you need a pop filter, a microphone stand, XLR cable, a professional digital recorder. That's it. Well, I take it for granted that you've already got a decent computer and some audio editing software. If you're really stretched, then freeaudioeditor.com is not at all bad, although I do recommend Adobe Audition if you can afford it. I personally record on a separate dedicated audio recorder and then I plug into the computer. So why don't I just record into the computer direct? Well, most computers' audio cards input circuits are pretty rubbish, as most people only use the input part for Skype chats or whatever. The quality circuits are on the output side. Of course, you can buy a decent audio card, but why bother? I'd rather use a dedicated recorder. With a condenser microphone, it needs powering 48 volts. A good digital recorder will supply this for you. You can't simply plug the microphone into the computer, so you need a preamp anyway. That adds expense and more circuitry to distort or maybe add noise. If the computer glitches during recording, you have had it. A digital recorder is extremely reliable as it only has to think about doing one thing. You get the flexibility of popping the card out after a long record, and then you can take that SD card, put it in your top pocket, and edit on your laptop in a train, say. Also, you have an unedited safety copy of your recording on your SD card should your computer not be playing ball. Now, I use a radio reporter's friend. It's a Marantz 661. And basically, it's extremely reliable. I love it. The main microphone is the Neumann U87 I have in my voice booth. Here in my office, there's the cut-down version of it. It's called a TLM 103. There are alternatives that are much, much cheaper. With the microphone, you really do need a large condenser type. This is the most sensitive, and it's the kind to capture all the nuances of the human voice. Now, there is a very cost-effective choice, which, although isn't as good for build quality or high-end characteristics, is perfectly acceptable if you're standing out. The Rode NT1 has been used by many voiceovers starting out, and for about, $250, it's pretty good value, to be honest. With this Rode thing, you even get a pop filter included in the pack. As for the recorder, if you can't afford the one that I've got, the Marantz, the Roland R26 is good value. It offers XLR inputs, so your professional microphone can plug straight into it. It has 48-volt phantom power to power your condenser microphone and recording on an internal SD card, so you do have that flexibility and security as well.